Hi everybody, here we go for another 1cc. This time it will be on Dirty Feet Dreamcast. Why on Dirty Feet? Because I love the game, first of all. It's one of the best maps of the last years. And, well, actually I cleared it years ago, but I thought it was too difficult for a 1cc for this kind of video. But actually I bought a few weeks ago the Insanity DVD about the game. And there is an easy clear on it, on the DVD. So I decided to make a video of it. Actually, some of the techniques come from this DVD, some are mine, because even on the DVD there is a few sections quite difficult. Anyway, the game will still be quite difficult after this video anyway, because you have to learn it. You have to learn it by heart. Many sections are really difficult. You have to know the patterns, etc. But I hope you'll learn a few techniques, especially on the bosses, to make things easier. I have to apologize, well, first of all, for my awful English once again, and I have to apologize because this video is not a full run. I mean, of course you'll see a whole game, but I had to use the replay of the practice mode, so I'll be playing one level at a time, and not a full run, because actually I got too much input lag when I play on my Dreamcast and when I'm recording the video. But actually the game offers the opportunity to record your practice play, which is kind of weird in my view, but well. So this time I'll be playing one level at a time. Well, I'm not looking for second loop, of course. I'll be playing the first helicopter because it's pink and you can see it much more clearly on screen. And well, there's nothing more to say as an introduction, so let's go for level 1. Level 1 then, Bridgehead. Well, quite an easy level, quite boring also, not the best of the 5 levels. Well, I'll be using it as a tutorial then. First of all, you have to use the rocket. It's much easier to clear the game because actually it's quite powerful. If you use the machine gun or the cannon, most of the enemies won't be distracted after them. So the rocket is, in my view, the best way. Here you are. Each time you destroy something with the second weapon, here the rocket, the score of what you have distracted is multiplied by 2, as you can see on the left side. And here you go from left to right. There's nothing really difficult on this first level. Time to learn how to use a helicopter. Well, so you have 3 positions to fire, to the left, to the right, and in front of you. This is actually an opportunity. This is not something difficult to use, and this means that you have actually 3 positions to fire the enemy. So most of the time there is one safer position to kill the enemies. Oh, I didn't say it. To use your second weapon, you just have to stop using your main weapon, and there is a gauge, you see on the left side of the screen. When the gauge is full green, you can fire your rocket. I don't destroy everything here. Actually, I don't want to go to the second loop. To go to this loop, you have to clear at least 95% of each level. This is not at all what I want to do here, so I don't care. Here comes the first boss. Quite easy actually. The game is really, really beautiful. Look, you can see your helicopter in the water underneath. So first boss, well, with your rocket mainly. When your rocket is charging, yes, when your rocket is charging you can fire with your main weapon, but actually there's no real need for it. So just wait, avoid the bullets and the missiles, and when your rocket is ready, just fire it. Actually, 3 rockets should be sufficient, should be enough. I have to use 4 because one of them hit the helicopter before launching, that's all. Quite easy, as I told you. Level 2, Battleship. Things are getting a bit more serious, but not really difficult. First of all, charge your rocket for the first tank. Here. Once you have launched your rocket, go on the other side of the screen. You'll be quite safe. The bullets will go where you were, but not directly on you. There is kind of Leiden feeling. Actually, you have to be very careful when you catch just like that. You have to be very careful when you take your weapon option. Actually, here I made a mistake. I took the cannon instead of the rocket. I have to do with it for a few minutes. This, for example, would be quite easier with the rocket. Just fire your rocket there. Most part of the boat are cleared. The hitbox of your helicopter is quite unique actually. This is not a spot in the middle of your helicopter. This is kind of a box, long box in the middle of it. Quite weird at the beginning. Here is another rocket. Here you have to use your rocket on the big turrets. This is not very difficult actually. As you can see at the beginning of the pattern, you have big balls of bullets. You can easily go between them. Well, this is practice mode, so I should have one more bomb actually, because you can set the rank at whatever you want, but actually you can choose the number of bombs you got. The rocket is doing all the job, as you can see. Just have to learn where to launch it anyway. Smoke is sometimes a pain, especially on the last boss actually. Cannon, but I took the rocket just after. The boss is actually the whole ship, you'll see right now, so you have to destroy most parts of it. It's not that hard actually, but you get trapped very quickly. So don't bother using bombs actually. The game gives you many bombs. You can also destroy the plane you see at the bottom of the ship, but actually I don't care. I'm not playing for score. Not here anyway. The main part of the boss is actually there. These turrets you see there. That's why I use a bomb here and I go firing at him. Sorry. So that when I'm in front of him, a large part of his life bar has also disappeared. same thing here. I shoot at the boss, and I don't care with the other helicopters. You charge a rocket. As soon as you can, you launch a rocket, and look, its life bar is also under the middle of it. This is not proper English, I know. Don't know how to put it anyway. I don't know how to say it. And it's already cleared, actually. Not a difficult boss, when you do what I do.
Erfolgreiche Mission. Kehren Sie zurück, um uns zu stützen.
Level 3, frontline. Here timings are getting quite strict, so you have to be careful, and don't forget you have bombs, many bombs actually. You should begin, well, just like here actually, you should begin with 3 bombs. That level. So kill the small fry on the right, charge a rocket to destroy this big tank. You go at the middle of the screen. Here you are. Now, on this run, on those levels, I missed a few of the timings, which is actually quite normal. On this kind of game, you'll be doing mistakes. If you're a normal player, of course, sometimes you lose, you lose the track, you'll miss a few enemies, so always think you got bombs and try to do with what you have. Here, for example, I should have destroyed this big tank before the appearance of this helicopter. But if you stay low on the screen, you have a lot of opportunities to go between the bullets. So, and if you're trapped, just use bomb. Doesn't matter anyway. Not that there's no extent in this game, but actually 3 lives. This is quite enough, even when you're doing mistakes. Or getting the big ones. You will see the mid-boss. Mid-boss is quite difficult, so I'm always using bomb here. Here it is. A rocket first. Actually, you have to shoot the big cannons in the middle of it. But if you clear some of the turrets besides it, it's easier, of course. Here it is. If you destroy the mid-boss quickly, you'll have a lot more of power options here, which is a good way to score a few thousand points. But be ready for the next section. You need a rocket here. Things are getting complicated from here actually. That's why I'll be using a bomb in a few seconds. Yes. It's getting crowded, so I'll clear the screen with the bomb. Be careful with those homing missiles. Actually, most of the time, if you go just a little upscreen, they will miss you. The end of the level is quite easy, as you can see, only 3 of 6 bullets at a time, so nothing difficult. just be sure to have the rocket on the boss. The boss is quite difficult, but you can defeat him quite fast. And I have to speak very quickly. To place yourself right here, middle screen on the left. As soon as you hear the piano, launch your rocket and go slowly down. Rocket, and you go slowly down. Here. Keep firing, keep shooting. When you reach half the life bar of the boss, go on the other side. Rocket and a bomb. Keep firing, and that's all. You have already defeated the boss. It costs you a bomb, but well, you keep all your lives. Level 4, Fortress. Probably the best level of the game. It's beautiful under the snow. It's quite hard. Maybe the hardest of the game. Well, if you're playing like me, yeah, you should have 3 bombs at the beginning of this level. So this is quite enough. You will gain 2 bombs during the level. Well, so as you can see, the beginning is quite easy. Here you charge a rocket on the left to clear the screen. You go on the right, then you charge your rocket for the central tank. This one, quite easy, there's only one of it. Actually, next you'll have 2 of them, and then you'll have 3 of them, which is maybe much more difficult. 2 of them, this is quite... you can do it easily, but 3, this is difficult. Once you have defeated the 2 of them, you just have to destroy the 4 turrets here, charge a rocket in the middle, that will destroy the chain. Here will come the 3 planes. Most people do use a bomb here, but sometimes you don't have to. After destroying the small fry, here you charge a rocket and you launch it as soon as you see the beginning of the turret. Be careful, because those big turrets sometimes fire kind of magnetic, like here, some kind of magnetic field, which will slow you, just like here, and will impede you to launch your rocket. And your rocket here, right and left. Nothing quite difficult anyway. I'm joking. Actually, timing here are quite difficult. You have to stay focused for the whole level. Be careful here, because as you can see, there are 4 tanks on the lower level, they are quite difficult to destroy. Here, just wait a little and use bomb. You stay there in the middle to destroy that helicopter. Then you go on the right, because the missile launcher are much more fierce on the right. Don't use a rocket here, because you'll need all of your rockets after on the chain, on that difficult section of the chain. So you don't have to bother with the first one. Actually, you see my rocket fired the second one, because the first one go on the right and will disappear quite quickly. Use your rocket as much as you can, and always fire on the next chain, not the one in front of you, because most of the time you see they will go away. Destroy the center part here, it will destroy the 2 cannons, and let the last one go away. here for a little score. There's a new bomb. I should use a rocket on that one on the left, but well, doesn't really matter. Be careful with the small fry, actually. Those small helicopters, always firing one bullet at a time. Those are quite difficult. Actually, you see them because the rank is at maximum on this video. I told you at the beginning. Here, a bomb to clear the screen. I told you at the beginning, rank won't probably be at maximum when you're playing it the CC way. Charge a rocket, you launch it, boom. After those two big cannons, you go on the left, you charge a rocket. Just have to move slowly to the right, then you launch a rocket at the middle, right here. You'll do the same thing on the right now. So wait a little, move slowly to avoid the bullets, and launch a rocket. Be careful, sometimes all of the cannons are not destroyed. Here I got bad timing. The bomb is probably not necessary. Actually, on the fourth boss, you need 2 bombs, at least 2 bombs, to make things quite timing. To make things easy on the boss. So I missed the timing. I'm a bit late on the boss, but anyway, you destroy the two little cannon on both sides. The front one, the right side, and then the left side. This time, the central piece of the fortress will go in the middle. You stay there. You launch a rocket. You launch a bomb to clear everything. You fire all the time, waiting for your rocket. You launch a new bomb once you see other bullets, and you fire your last rocket. Here you are. This is actually quite easy. It costs a lot, 2 bombs, but this is probably the easy way. The boss is quite hard when you let him fire many bullets. When you wait, actually.
Zerstörte Ziel. Befreien Sie dieses Gebiet.
Level 5, Graveyard. Beautiful level, not as hard as level 4, but quite hard anyway. You should have only 1 bomb left on a full run, so that's why I'm using 2 bombs here. Anyway, the beginning is quite easy. You just have to fire a rocket on the central helicopter and fire with your main weapon on the left. Here comes quite a difficult part, but there is an easy way to go through it. Stay there, on the first tank, yeah. Wait for the second one to fire at you, and you go a little more on the left, you go back, you go on the left, you go back, you go on the left, etc, etc. It's actually quite easy. Don't fire your rocket, because if you destroy part of the tanks, some other bullets will appear, which will go directly on you. So it will be much more difficult to avoid them. Don't fire, just wait for the next section. Quite easy anyway. Stay focused. Once you're in a new position, you just have to wait 2 seconds. 1, 2, you go away. 1, 2, you go away. You launch your rocket and you go up and down before the first tank will still fire at you. Be careful, take a rocket here. You need the rocket the whole level. You really need the rocket. Here, wait for a new rocket. And stay there. As soon as you can, launch your rocket on one of the motor. and fire on another one on the same side. Don't fire too much, keep both motor on and stay here. When the satellites are green, they won't fire directly at you. You don't have to move. You just have to move after the satellites shot you to avoid the central shot. Once you reach the bridge, launch another rocket. It will destroy both the motors and the plane will be destroyed. Prepare a new rocket. As soon as you see the helicopter in the water, the reflect of the helicopter, launch your rocket and fire on the left. Rocket, stay on the right part of the bridge to avoid bullets from the left. On the third wagon, here, fire on the central part. It will destroy the whole wagon. Don't bother with the first wagon on the right. Just destroy this one in front of you. Next wagon is already destroyed. Destroy the small fry and charge a new rocket. Launch this rocket very close to the wagon, because sometimes the rocket will lock on something else, a small tank, a small helicopter or whatever, and destroy the last wagon. The spider's part, quite difficult. A rocket on the first, you stay on the first for just a second to fire him. Once there is one at the bottom of the screen, just go on the middle of the screen. There is 3 attacks to avoid. So one is already destroyed. Actually, some people keep 2 spider alive, but well, I do destroy another one because it's easier with only 1 spider. When there is 1 spider left, you just have to go from left to right and right to left and go between the main shot of the spider and the little shots, just like here, and it disappears below. Rocket on the right one, fire on the left one, the bomb. You really need rockets, so don't take something else here. You destroy the small fry at the screen and you go down to destroy this tank with your main fire. You charge a rocket, you launch it here, and here you go on the huge dead end. Don't you bother with those small tanks anyway. The last ball will destroy them, just like this. Here comes the last boss, huge dead end. Massive tank, not that difficult. Here, a rocket first to destroy some of the small cannons. Actually, the small ones are quite a pain in the ass. Be careful with the small tanks that will appear in the middle. Yes, here. Use your rockets as much as you can, but not at the end of this first form. Here, don't use rockets because you need your rockets as soon as the second form is here. Here it comes. Don't shoot now. You have to wait just a little, and then you have to survive. Use your bombs, really. Don't try to go between those shots. This is quite hard, really. It's possible, but quite hard. Use your rocket as much as possible and use your bomb left. I don't have any bomb left, so I try to go, but I don't manage. I should take this power option. It will make me do a massive mistake on the last form of the boss, which will cost me a lot, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Last form of the boss. You need a rocket and you need to fire inside this cannon. So stay in front of it. As soon as it is in front of you, launch a rocket, and don't do that. Don't go, because you have seen the cannon follow me, and so the rocket didn't enter the cannon. So I've lost the rocket, and I will lost bombs here to avoid the following patterns. So bomb here. This is stupid. I told you the Raiden feeling to get annoyed with the power option. So here, a rocket inside, large part a large part of its life bar disappeared. You go from left to right. As soon as it stops, you stop to avoid its shot. The first pattern is quite fast, so use a bomb to clear the screen. The next pattern is easier, slower, and you have gaps in it. So try to go. If you don't feel confident, use a bomb one more time. And you have to do this till the end. Smoke is quite annoying sometimes, so I don't have any bomb left, so I try to go. The first one is okay, but I missed here. Same thing in the cannon. Left, right, left, right. Bomb on the first pattern. I also bombed the second one, I think, because there's only one rocket necessary to finish the boss, so I have enough bomb to play it safely. And here it is. That's it, you have cleared and the defeat on Dreamcast. Well, I hope this was useful to you. I hope I hope you have understood me, because my English is quite rusted now. Well, and I hope to see you soon on smepamol.com. Ciao, bye bye.